Hello, 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 eBay sellers. Come on in. It's time to talk about, is it worth it? Is it still worth it to sell on eBay? And we're going to be really digging into the costs of selling. So get ready to take notes. And this is so important because this is where a lot of sellers get lost. A lot of sellers go, that's it. I'm not selling. That's it. I'm not selling on eBay anymore because of not really digging into this. And it's not as hard to take a look at this as you think. And it's worth looking at to know for you, for what you're selling, is it still worth it to be selling on eBay? So come on in, sellers. And we're going to talk about this. And I'm going to take you to pages. We're going to go through it, and then you can make the best choice for you. So welcome. I'm Kathy Terrill. I love to be selling on eBay. As you're listing, and we're going to be talking about your listings, one thing that can slow sales, because people talk about my sales are slowing down, and this can be true any time of the year, okay, is typically what it's about is your listing isn't optimized. This is true whether you're a new seller or you've been on eBay for a while. With AI, and AI is everywhere, as we're all seeing, it really impacts search, and it impacts how buyers are discovering your items. So it's really crucial that your listings are optimized, and that means they're set up to be discoverable. You want to be discoverable by eBay search, also being discoverable by eBay search and the other search engines, because eBay is going to be feeding your listings out to Google, Yahoo, and Bing. So I've created a free guide on this, and I want to offer it to you before we start digging into fees. And it's on my website. I love to be selling. This is free. This is my gift to you. So please take advantage of this. I've given you some of my very, very, very best tips on how to optimize your listings so that you will stand out in eBay search and you will be discoverable and buyers can find you. So grab it on my website. Kathy, I love to be selling, and it's eBay listings that sell. And whether you're joining me on my Facebook business page, Kathy Terrill, I love to be selling. Thank you. Just hop on over to my website. And my podcast people, Kathy Terrill, I love to be selling. Just head to my website, and thank you for listening on my podcast. And my YouTube people, just click the link and hop on over to my website. I love to be selling, or you can just find it on the internet. But it's free. It's loaded with good tips. And even if you've been selling for a while, there's always stuff that changes. I update and keep my information pertinent for you, so you're going to want to grab that. So let's talk about this, because it comes up a lot. You'll see people saying, that's it, I'm not selling on eBay anymore. Or forget it, I don't want to sell on eBay for my new sellers. So you got to look at, is it worth it? Is it still worth it to sell on eBay? And this is true whether you're a smaller seller, with less than 100 listings, or if you've got hundreds and hundreds of listings or thousands of listings. I was actually just at a meeting with a lot of large enterprise sellers, and it was very interesting an enterprise means they have thousands of listings up, to listen to what their pain points are selling on eBay. And it's interesting because it's the same as smaller sellers, just to let you know, which is time for listing, getting the shipping done, sourcing inventory. So we're all in this together, so to speak. So what you need to know with eBay is that there are fees when you sell. It's called a final value fee. Typically, you will not run into a listing fee unless you go over your allotment. But particularly when you're starting out, you can list quite a few things, and we're going to go over the fees. So let me just pull this up. This is on the eBay site. This is official eBay information. I always cite my sources when I'm telling you things. So this is seller fees on eBay. So those of us that are experienced, those of us that are just, starting out, you want to take a look at this. And very rarely will you get an insertion fee, because you do get $250 a month without a store. So again, if you're listing more than that, then you maybe want to take a look at doing a store. And then you will pay a 35-cent insertion fee, okay? Obviously, with a store, you're paying a store subscription, and you're going to take a look at that, whether it's worth it for you. The big thing with eBay, and this is where people can get stuck, is the final value fees. This is what eBay charges you when the listing sells, okay? Now, they tell you the fee range from 2.5 to 15.3. It's going to be more like 15.3. There's only a few categories that are lower than that, okay? In addition to the final value fee, sort of like this add-on, if your order is $10 or less, you get a 30-cent order fee. And if it's over $10, you get a 40-cent order fee. It's like, okay. And if you're selling on eBay and you're going, oh my goodness, Kathy, honestly, look at one of the things that you sold and just click order details and you'll see the fees that you're being assessed. Okay, that's the easiest way to take a look at things once they've sold. And one thing that is good, gosh, how many years ago? Pre-COVID, pre-pandemic, eBay switched over to what's called managed payments. And in doing that, which is the system they have now, they take the fees out from your transaction, which is good, because what was happening was new sellers in particular would get shell shock because they would see they made a certain amount of money, but the fees were taken out at the end of the month. Now they take it out per transaction, which can be helpful because then you know how much you've netted after paying eBay all the fees. So anyway, keep scrolling. So when do you charge the fees? You're charged the fees when it sells. So we're going to keep scrolling, calculate your fees. It's telling you all of that again. Now this is final value fees by product category. Okay. And again, most of the categories are 13.6. If you do sneakers, if they go over 150, it's only 8%. Guitars is 6.7 and basses. So again, there are some that are lower. Okay. Most categories 13.6, trading card 13.25. Okay. And then they've got heavy equipment is only 3% for those of you that can deal with heavy equipment in a warehouse or whatever, and goes down, bullion. But basically it's around 15%. Okay. They got jewelry and watches. Okay. This is what your final value fee is. The thing with the final value fees is it is on top. So let's say you're doing free shipping. So let's say it's $30 free shipping. Okay. Your final value fee will be on the $30. But if there's sales tax, and for a lot of items there are, so $30 plus sales tax, and don't scream, the final value fee is on the sale and the sales tax. It's combined. So if it's $30 and then they're spending, let's say $4 on sales tax, so it's $34, you will pay a final value fee on $34. So this is why you got to get out your calculator. Also look at your order details. Okay. And to make life even more interesting, if you are doing promoted listings, okay, and we're only going to stick to promoted listings general, which I do advocate. I do think promoted listings is worth it. No, I don't like paying eBay any more fees than I have to, but I do think promoted listings is worth it because you do show up in so many placements using promoted listings. So let's say you're doing 2%, which is the lowest amount you can do. So it's $30 plus your sales tax. Let's say that's $34. And let's say you did promoted listings at 2% and it's sold through promoted listings general. That 2% fee will be the sale amount plus your sales tax. The promoted listing fee is on the item and the sales tax. So again, you got to keep an eye on your order details to see what you're paying. Okay. In addition, so that's if you do free shipping. So $30 final value fee. Don't forget your transaction fees. Promoted listing fee on top of the entire thing. And promoted listing fee is on top of the entire thing with the sales tax. If you do calculated shipping that the buyer pays for, so back to our $30 listing, and let's say that does not include free shipping, you are charging shipping. So I'm charging calculated shipping that the buyer is paying. And let's say the shipping is like $8. So it's 30 plus 8 is $38 is how much they're paying. And then they're paying sales tax. Let's say it's $4. That's $42. Okay. So that $42 is now the final, and then that includes the sales tax. So we've got 42 includes the sales tax and includes the shipping. And I promoted it, so it's 2% on that. They're charging you 2% on the 42. And the final value fee is on top of the whole thing. So you've got to add what the item sold for. If the buyer's paying for shipping, that's added onto the sold price. If they pay sales tax, if you promoted it and it's sold through the promotion, all of those are added together and your final value fee is there and you have a transaction fee. So if you like doing lots of math, do it. Otherwise, basically what I figured, because of the fact that most of the categories they're saying are like 13.6, and then I'm doing promoted listings maybe at 2%, which is going to make it like 15.6, is basically call it like 16%. And then you've got the shipping on top of it. So you're really looking at final value fees with the transaction fee, 16, 17, 18% in most categories. Again, there's some that are very low, like the heavy industrial equipment. Okay. So if I'm paying final value fees of like 18%, is it worth it? And that's what you got to take a look at. And I think that's where you got to really look at what you're sourcing, what your inventory is. I think if your items are very low cost, and please, this is like you make a decision that's best for you. If most of your items are under $20, you really need to take a look at it. Like, is it worth it spending 15, 16, 17, 18%? Like, how much am I really going to bring home? If you're only going to bring home $2 or $3, you really got to take a look at it. Now, if you're like, yay, Kathy, I just want the $2 or $3 and I'm very happy just to get this out of the house. And I like eBay and I have an account. I've been on eBay for a while, so I've got good feedback. I'm fine about that. I'm fine about just making a couple of bucks and getting it out of my house. Good. You just need to go into it with your eyes open. If you're just making a few dollars, though, you might want to take a look at other sites that have much lower selling fees, because again, it's lower ticket items. And really take a look at perhaps only selling items that are $30, $40, $50 or more, bundling items. These are all ways to increase your to increase the amount of your listing of what you're looking for. But again, if you got things for free or very low cost, if you can get listings up quickly, so don't forget how much time it takes to do a listing on eBay. Definitely take a look at it. And the other thing is, if you, let's say you have a store and you have 300 or 400 listings and you have some things from around the home or things that were donated to you or given to you, like a neighbor's moving and they give you a bunch of stuff, and it's not that hard to list. I'm thinking things like CDs and DVDs that are very easy to list, and can also be put into themed bundles. It can be worth it because you have the store, you have the listings. Yes, a final value fee. Yes, you only make a couple bucks, but you're keeping things out of the landfill. And you're bringing eyeballs to your other listings, because that's the thing with the lower ticket items that can be true. Again, watch your time. Is I always think of the supermarket. So it is good to go into brick and mortar retail, by the way, and just sort of keep an eye out of things and sort of see what they're doing. But think of the supermarket, right? You get to the checkout, and there's always the candy, the mint, the things that are just like a couple of bucks that you just sort of throw into the shopping cart. I also think of like the stores here in Manhattan. I'm in New York City. That's why the yellow cab's behind me. But certainly, I mean, I've seen this in plenty of malls all around the United States. You have the person standing outside the business, and they're handing out little samples like, oh, a little taste, and you come in. And that's what lower ticket items can do. It can bring you traffic. But you got to take a look at like, how many of these lower ticket items is it worth it for me to have? Okay. And again, if your thing is, I don't care, maybe it takes me 15, 20 minutes to get this up. I just want to get it out of my house. I just want to save it from the landfill. I'm okay if I only make a couple of bucks. But if you're looking more for a side hustle, if you're looking to make some decent money, if you're looking to make maybe $50 a week, $100 a week, a couple $100 a month, or $1,000 a month, or pay that mortgage, pay that car payment using eBay, you're going to want to take a look at sourcing higher dollar items, because that's what the fees are on eBay. And just go into it with your eyes open. It is taken out in each transaction. So when it sells, you'll see what you net. And just keep an eye on it, because I want you to value your time. in getting the listings up. And sometimes just putting things into bundles can increase the value. You'll make a little more money, and it can be a great solution to that. But keep an eye on it. And when you hear people saying, that's it, I'm leaving eBay, like forget eBay, but what was the dollar amount of the listings they had up? What kind of items were they selling? You know, clothing can be great. It's sourcing clothing that's going to be selling for $25, $30, $35, $40. Okay. Same thing with home decor. Same thing with bedding. Same thing with linens. Same thing, you know, auto accessories, toys, games. Just look for things that are higher ticket items. Or if they're lower ticket, they're very easy to list. Again, CDs, DVDs come to mind. A lot of times board games can be easy to list and they're fun, especially as we go into fourth quarter. People really take a look at doing, you know, family activities, and they love to do board games. So keep all of that in mind when you're selling on eBay. And when people are like, forget it, I'm leaving eBay. Why? Was it because they didn't know about the fees? Was it because all their items are very low ticket items and it's just not worth it to them with their time and their energy to sell that on eBay? Then good, then you go to a site that's less expensive to sell on for those items, or start bundling them. But remember, with eBay has millions and millions and millions of shoppers. And yes, there's competition, lots of wonderful sellers, but millions and millions and millions of buyers. It's been around a long time, has a good reputation. It has good policies in place to protect us as sellers. Buyers trust eBay. You know, it's a known brand. And the other thing with eBay, which a lot of the other sites do not have, is that it's very easy to opt into the eBay International Shipping Program. So not only are you attracting wonderful buyers all around the United States, but you're attracting buyers from all around the world. And a lot of times it's really surprising. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, like I just shipped something and it's going to, oh gosh, where was it? Oh, the Netherlands. I was like, I love this, through eBay International Shipping. So is it worth it to sell on eBay? Depends on your inventory, depends on your goals. It depends what kind of margin, and that's how much money you make, you know, after all the fees. What kind of margin is acceptable to you? Some sellers say, oh, it has to be 50% or 80%, or I have to make $20 a transaction or $30 a transaction. And definitely listen to them, but know what's right for you. And that's what I do. So what I love to do, what my YouTubes are about, what my podcasts are about, what my live streams are about, is giving you the information for your eBay selling. So then you can make the choice that's best for you. Okay. Be sure to hop over to my website. I love to be selling, and grab those free tips, eBay listings that sell, because when you do put those wonderful products up on eBay, you want them formatted to attract your buyers. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling on eBay. Bye-bye, everybody.